Hey guys, it's Indigo here. Wanted to make a little video in between my Grand Arena and TW videos about mods and how I go through and manage my mods and kind of keep my mod inventory up to date. And this is something a lot of people don't really think of, which I guess that's why I'm making this video. Hopefully it'll help some of you who struggle with this. A lot of people that I advise and try and tell them to give them some tips to up their game are a bit clueless when it comes to mods. And everyone's like, oh, I'm hitting the cap on my characters. I can't move mods from this character to that character because I don't have any room in my mod inventory. And I've never hit the cap on my characters as far as mods go. I'm not even sure what the cap is. I think I heard someone say it was like 600 or something like that. And that's amazing to me how you can have 600 mods in your inventory just sitting there taking up space that aren't on characters. And people that have that many mods sitting in their inventory, I guess already are bumping up against the cap and already have mods on all their characters, even the junky ones. So I guess the first tip would be to take the mods off the characters you know you're not going to use. That gear level 2, 3-star, I don't know, Kip Fisto that you got sitting in the inventory isn't going to get any time in the spotlight anytime soon, so there's no reason he needs mods on him. Go ahead and take those off, and if they don't have speed or they're not very good, get rid of them. I mean, so what I do is I've taken the mods off all my unnecessary characters as far as combat goes. The ones I know I'm not going to use that are too weak to do anything, they don't have mods on them. So if I need to, I can store some mods there if I get some good ones. What you see on the screen going on right now is about every week or so, especially if we have events that give us plenty of mods, I'll go through my mod inventory and I level everything up that if it has speed, I'll take it to 12 and see if speed jumps. And if it doesn't have speed, I'll level it to whatever the next tier is so that all the secondaries will show up and see if speed does show up. So like the blue ones, if there's 2 stats showing like here, I'll take it to 6, see if speed shows up in that. And if it doesn't, I'll leave it at 6. And that way I know that helps me later, and I'll show that to you. But if it doesn't have speed, I mean, in rare circumstances, you might save some other mod. But generally, if it doesn't have speed, you don't want it, you don't need it. You're not going to be able to do much with it. And if it does have speed, let's say you get you a gold mod from an event or you found one in the store that looked promising, and you go ahead and take it to 12, and you see, oh, it was gold, it started with 5, and guess what? It's at 12, and defense rolled 4 times, and speed stayed at 5. Well, odds are you got better prospects at 5 speed, and you can get rid of that gold one. Because I got greens at 5 speed. I've got gray mods with 5 speed showing. So those are going to have a much better shot, of doing something for me than a gold mod that I know isn't going to roll. And it's only going to increase 1 if I did it to 6E, which I wouldn't do that because the mod salvage and mod resources are pretty precious. So these are things you need to consider. When you're rolling your mods, you can see that I keep taking mine to 12 to see if speed will roll. When it does show up, I've had good luck with gray mods, blue mods. They work out pretty good. If you can get speed to show up and then roll it to 12 and speed jumps, great. But if you've got a mod that's, well, for me anyway, if it's purple and it's showing 5 or less speed on it, I get rid of it. I mean, yeah, there's a chance that it could roll, and speed could go up if you took it to gold. But look at how many mods we get, and look at how many you probably buy from the store or go farm from the mod nodes. And we have a finite amount of resources. Unless you're going to pour buckets of cash just into your mods, go ahead and get rid of all the ones that aren't going to do much for you. That's why you don't need 600 mods, and you're like, oh, but Indigo, they all have 5 speed on them, and I could slice this to gold and it may jump. Yeah, but you're not going to have enough resources to slice 600 mods. Okay? Keep like a good handful of mods for a couple characters as they come out. But chances are, by the time you've geared up and gotten a character to gear 12 with all the gear that you want on them and Zetas or whatever, you've already got mods from events or from the store that you're looking for and rolled those up, and they're better than the 500 extra mods you got sitting in your inventory. So sell off those extra mods and get some cash out of them, and use the credits that you get to buy more mods from the store or level up your other characters, you know, whatever you'd normally do with your credits. You can see right there on that gold one, okay, speed didn't roll when I took it to 12, stayed the same. That one's going to get sold later. I'm like, I don't keep worthless mods laying around in my inventory for very long. And I know if I do need to gear up a character and use them, some new character comes out like Darth Revan or something. Okay, I'm going to need to mod up 6 characters. Okay, or sorry, 6 mod slots, and it's 5 characters. Potentially, let's say none of them have mods. That's 30 mods that I'll need. Odds are you're going to rob some good mods off your already arena squad and just kind of rearrange things. So you don't even need a full 30 mods for that. You can do with probably half that. But it's good to have, so you can kind of plug and play. If you need to change out 1 or 2 for raids here and there, I get it. Some people do that. I don't. I can't stand moving mods around. It's just a waste of credits, unless you really need it for something. And it's a hassle to remember to move them back and all that. So you can see on screen, I just go slot by slot. I sort it by speed. That's all you want to do, is sort it by speed so that the ones with no speed or low speed show up at the top, and look for everything that's level 1 that you've got from events, mostly health mods, and just go through, level them to 6, level them to 9, level them to 12, and see where they, what they jump up to. Sometimes your speed will roll and you'll come out with something that's a blue at, a blue at 6, or you might get lucky and get a blue mod that turns out to be, I don't know what they can get up to, 14 or something. And that does happen. Right now you can see that I'm still going through these crosses and leveling those up. So, okay, speed jumped to 11 on that one. I'll go ahead and take it to 15, because I know if it's blue and it's above 10, it's a keeper. It's got potential. So if you're taking them up to 12 and you do find one that turns out to be decent, go ahead and take it to 15 right then and there, so you don't get it confused with the ones you're going to get rid of later. So that's what you do. I just started with arrows, worked my way around counterclockwise. I mean, do it however, but you get the idea. Just do it section by section. Triangles, you might be a little more lenient on, because they seem to be one of the rarer types that we get anything with decent speed. I mean, I know you may have a 20 speed triangle sitting around, but they're a lot more rare than a 20 speed square or diamond or circle. You know what I mean? So if you can find decent speed on a triangle, keep it. Anything 5 or better, unless you've got a stack of triangles, go from there. But especially if you've got one that's sitting on blue or green, like that one right there, just speed popped up. Okay, I'll give it a shot, see where it's at. It's a crit damage triangle, and I'm low on those, so even though it's only 3 speed, I will go ahead and take that to 15, because I may end up slicing it later, just because I need crit damage primary with, crit chances as secondary. It may turn out to be a 9 speed or triangle when I get done, and that'll be just fine. Like I said, it's a little more lenient you can be, but if speed doesn't pop up, you don't need those. And so green is pretty nice because they don't take much to slice to blue. And then when speed does pop up, you still got more chances for it to roll. Right there, I got a green triangle defense primary, which isn't great, but it rolled to 10 speed and it's green. So that was triangles. You can see how that worked out. Just checking through my mods. You can go into the sell screen on your mods, and you can always see how many you have from there. I don't know why they don't put the speed filter at the top, but go ahead and sort it by speed, and then that way, for some reason, if you sort it by speed, the ones with no speed will show up at the top. I guess that's good. So you can see I just click them off. Makes it easier to pick out which ones you're going to get rid of. And you can see the ones that are at 3 and at 6. Those are the ones that I get rid of right away. I know they're worthless. If it's left at 12, if it's not 15, I know that that was one that I just tried to roll up and it turned out useless, so I can get rid of it. So as I scroll through, anytime I see 12 or 6, 9, 3, whatever, it means it was worthless. So that's a good clue to be able to sort through your mods. And like I said, I do this probably once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if we haven't had many events that give us mods, but I do tend to buy quite a few from the store. Like to always work on improving my mod collection. I try and keep things close to 8, 10 speed at a minimum. 3 to 5 seems pretty common and way easy to outspeed nowadays, so I really don't try to keep a lot of those. And I'll show you something you can do here at the end. After these get done, you'll see. I'm just going through making sure there's no 12s in there. Once you get to the arrows, you might keep some of those if you're working on a crit avoidance arrow and different stats primaries, not necessarily a speed primary arrow. So right there, sold those off, extra credits. Now I don't have all those mods cluttering up spaces when I'm looking for mods to give a character. I don't want to give them something that speed might roll good on and have my I'm a gun die that I never use with a 19 speed cross on him. So here's a trick you can use. So you go into your mod inventory and hit the sell button like you're going to sell them all and hit select all. And then that'll show you how many you have in your inventory. So right there, it's, 119 mods would give you 10 million credits. But those are all the mods I have left that I'm keeping. So don't sell those. That's just a way that you can see how many you have floating around in your inventory. So do that, cancel out of it. Now you know. So if you're sitting there right now and you do that and you're rocking 500-600 mods, go through, see what you can get rid of. Clean house, get some credits. That's all, y'all. Shout out to my buddy Machias. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace!